Hello and welcome to another exciting episode of Just a Glimpse. But wait a minute. Is this just a glimpse? Looks like we got 3 other teams here and we did some sort of collaboration. Let's find out.
Okay, what the heck is this? What am I bringing here to what does it say? Phantom Zone projector. Press this button if you want to bring people in. All right, I always say, no, they say don't ever push the button, but what the hell, I'm feeling dangerous. Pushing the button.
Oh, my sweet Bippy, we're back.
Oh my god, what the heck? Why is it... God, Lee, so dusty in there. Where the heck were we? What is that? Ronan?
I don't know. I just remember I was going to tell you, it's okay to actually cut those little tags off the mattresses that say do not cut. I didn't know they were going to throw us in the Phantom Zone.
My gosh. Well, at least now we know what happens when we cut those tags off. Jeez Louise. Oh man, thank you, Sean. We don't know what we could have done without you.
Well, what I just want to know is, what the heck happened? I just pushed the button. Next thing I know, I got you, I got Ronan, and I got Terry here. What's going on?
Yeah, you know what? It's been a long time. We were stuck in that Phantom Zone. So nice to see fresh faces. Sean, thank you. Terry, hello. Nice to meet you. My gosh.
Everything's so colorful.
Oh man. Yeah, well, I mean, you were eating some colorful mushrooms in there, Ronan. I tried to stop you, but after the 5th one, I think you were worse than Mario.
You're gonna need to slow down. Everything sounds purple.
All right, so let me explain for those of y'all who might be wondering just what the heck is going on here. This is Sean from That Guy Game Reviews, and today I am joined by not 1, not 2, but 3 legends of podcasting. And I figured I could try to do an introduction for them, but I know I wouldn't do them justice. And if anything, Duke would probably reach over and slap the crap out of me. So, Terry, I'm trying to raise you to be a gentleman. Terry, you're up first. Why don't you tell the world, who we are and what's going on?
All right, hello everybody. I'm Cool Cat Terry. You can catch me on Just a Glimpse, and been a long time Twitch streamer and podcaster and all things gaming. So, hello everybody.
Nice. And of course, I have worked with these 2 gentlemen before, and I use that in the loosest sense of the word possible.
Everybody, I'm Ronan Hunter.
And I'm Duke Savage. We are of NerdNOut podcast on Facebook and YouTube.
The only podcast that'll degrease your engine.
Okay, that right there, I didn't even expect that one out of left field. Well played, Ronan. And of course, I'm Sean. I'm pretty much all over the place, jack of all trades, master of none. So, first and foremost, how is everybody doing?
Doing fantastic.
Doing tremendous. Thank you for asking.
Even better now that I'm 3D again.
Oh my goodness. Okay. Well, let's go through. Let's have some fun with this episode. So I want to let everybody know, not just the listeners of Just a Glimpse and NerdNOut, but also That Guy Game Reviews. We're going to be looking at trying to do the 3-show simulcast, I guess you can call it. So would y'all say that sounds about right?
I think that sounds acceptable.
Yeah.
Yeah, works.
All right, cool. Well, so first and foremost, I got to ask, what have y'all been playing besides trying to get the hell out of the Phantom Zone?
Well, surprisingly, they actually had a GameStop in there, and I was able to pick up the new Monster Hunter for Switch. So I've been busy with that one.
Hey, now that's pretty good. How you liking it?
Oh, I'm loving it. I'm a huge fan of the Monster Hunter series, so it's nice to have one on the Switch to be portable again. And surprisingly, the RE engine on Switch works really well on the hardware.
Very nice. Cool. For me, I've just got Genesis Noir, It was a really, really cool game that took the world by storm about a month ago, maybe 2. I don't know. I've been working 13-hour days lately, so my sense of time has been like gone. But every chance that I get, I've been trying to get through a little this, a little that. And it's really, really cool because the aesthetics is it's very new art, right? It's very, jazzy. The soundtrack is amazing. And it's like a puzzle. It's like a puzzle game. You're like a detective, and without getting into too much spoiler, because even like the trailer, really, if you know what's going on, can give a couple of spoilers. It's fantastic. I love it.
That's why I hate just trailers. They always give stuff away.
Yeah, you either love trailers or you go in blind to a movie and are that much mind blown by it. And I'm definitely a trailer looking kind of guy, so that's what I've been playing. It's pretty cool.
Nice. What about you, Terry?
I've been playing a game called Vikings Wolves of Midgard. It's a lot of fun. It's a action RPG, isometric. I've been playing. It's on Game Pass, so I've been thoroughly enjoying that lately.
Nice. Yeah, I know I got to go re-up mine at some point. Me personally, just for some crazy reason or another, I felt New York calling, so I went ahead and put Division 1 back in there, and man, I will tell you that It is a sight to behold. But outside of that, I've just been getting my arcade game fix on with that Capcom Arcade Stadium.
Oh yeah, that was a really awesome release that they did. A bunch of the old school classics in a single collection. Granted, you got to buy some of them, but still, it's worth it.
Well, absolutely.
And it kind of makes you wish like Neo Geo and Konami would do that too.
Yeah, but then again, Konami, they've been kind of on the board right now. I mean, I know that, they're slowly starting to make their way back into the market with, an upcoming Metal Gear Solid remaster for the PS5. But at the same time, they've really been radio silent as of late.
Well, you can't hear anything in those pachinko parlors.
This is true. This is true. That and the health clubs. I mean, I was even reviewing some of the stuff over with a buddy of mine, and who he looks at all the financials, and that's a topic in and of itself. But I don't think we'd have enough hours in the day for that.
Yeah, this is a podcast most of us do in our free time. So yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Well, and if nothing else, you meet some interesting people, you tell goofy jokes, and just enjoy life. Let's see. So, speaking of goofy things, what's y'all's take on the whole battle royale craze? Terry, let's start with you.
Definitely not a fan. I don't get into the battle royale scene. It's just those games never really appeal to me, but they are the new hotness, I guess we'll say. That's all the young kids seem to be eating that stuff up.
Yeah, no, it's something that's kind of taken the video game world by storm the past couple of years, and I agree. I don't like to play them much too often. Although some of the offshoots that we're getting are pretty interesting, like Mario 35 and the new Pac-Man 99. They're actually surprisingly fun, but stuff like Fortnite, PUBG, I'm not really into those types of battle royales. But yeah, they've been a huge impact because you see a lot of streamers jumping into that, and like you said, the kids enjoy watching that too. And I don't think it's going to be going away anytime soon, at least not for another couple of years. But I mean, if people are enjoying it, I got nothing against it.
Why do you think you guys don't like it?
For me personally, I'm not a huge shooter person. I like playing shooter games. But PUBG and Fortnite, like the spearheads for the whole genre, are probably the most popular right now, and I'm not too big on those. That's why I kind of like Pac-Man 99 and Mario 35, because they're not shooter based, but they're still battle royale, and they had a pretty good twist on them that keep them interesting. But then again, I don't like playing against other people online unless I know them. So playing with 99 randos is really bad for me.
Yeah, I used to have really bad ladder anxiety dating all the way back to StarCraft 2. Like, it takes a lot of me to play against people, against randos. And so for the longest time, with StarCraft, how I kind of got over it was, playing the AI over and over again, then getting good. And then same thing with Overwatch, playing the AI until I can actually, ladder up with other people. And so once... I don't know what came first, to be honest with you. I think Deathmatch with Overwatch or Fortnite. I don't know. It's kind of like, I think Overwatch adapted and put that out. Because of that, I was able to dip my palm into what the whole battle royale was. And so I'm like, oh man, this is cool. Like I was decent. I was always top 3, whatever. But then going in and playing Fortnite and PUBG and all these other ones that were replicating like the OGs and stuff, man, there's something about that just gave me my full-on ladder anxiety all the way back to a 10. Yeah. And I'm like, I can't. I don't want to do this. I don't want to play with these people. It was a pretty intense feeling for me, so I just stopped. That's why I don't like it.
For me, I don't have a problem playing shooters. I'll play Call of Duty or whatever, in the moment. Yeah. I'm not real big on PvP, but I do decent at it when the time comes when people want me to play it. But for me, Battle Royale, I just find it boring. It's a game for campers. It's like you just sit there and you wait and wait and wait and wait. And I'm like, I'm going to play a game. I don't want to spend 20 minutes sitting in one place. I want to do something. So it's not for me, and then when the person camps for like 20 minutes and they make it to like the top 5 and they sit there and brag like they're the best thing ever, I'm like, you didn't do anything but twiddle your thumbs for 20 minutes.
Yeah, you got lucky. The barrier didn't close on you.
Yeah, so I don't know. It's just, it's not my thing. I want to, play and do stuff. Not, I'm not interested in, camping. I'm not interested, like Fortnite has their whole building thing like that I don't care about the building either. Yeah. It's just not for me. There's only one Battle Royale I'll play, and that's Hyperscape. And that's because that one, they take all that nonsense out. You can't camp in there because they randomly close sections instead of doing like a bubble.
Oh, nice.
So you're forced to keep moving all the time. So I can play that one. But otherwise, I just avoid Battle Royale. I just get so bored playing that stuff.
Yeah, no, the camping thing does get to it. That was something that was actually omitted from my memory of it because I remember watching some streamers play PUBG and Fortnite, and there would be like 10 to 20 minutes of them just doing nothing because there's no other people around there. And you're right, that does get boring. That's why I kind of like the Oh, go ahead.
I think the storm aspect of those games, it was meant to stop that, but I mean, it doesn't stop it at all. They just move to their new spot and continue on.
Yeah, and then you get people that are like, there are people that are like super lucky. Like I think the one time the Game Grumps did it, I think they played the mobile version, and they landed where the epicenter of the storm was going to be. So for the entire 45-minute video, they were lucky enough to be where people were going to converge, and they just took them out one by one. Yeah. Wow. So you get people that are just super lucky that they don't need to move.
Yeah.
And go ahead, Sean. I cut you off.
No, you're good, brother. You're good. No, just my biggest pet peeve with those are the credit card players. I mean, the ones who they go through, they decide
the pay to win people.
Exactly. I mean, yes, I'll admit I bought one or two things here and there, but I'm not this guy.
How dare you?
Yeah.
I'm just kidding.
To be fair, these are mostly the little ones that give me the little extra skins or little
the cosmetic stuff.
Exactly. I mean, I'm not the guy who's going to go out there and go shell $50 out to get a sniper rifle. I mean, if anything, I'm going to put that $50 towards something different. But it's another argument for another day. I mean, that's a tank of gas and dinner for the missus and I.
Yeah. And that's another discussion topic that we can dive into at another time, which is the whole pay to win loot box controversy that's arisen the past couple of years.
Yeah, put it to you this way. I don't think I have anywhere near enough aspirin to hit a topic like that.
That's why you got to upgrade to the hydro.
Yeah, Put it this way, that stuff will go through. That'll send me back to the Phantom Zone. I'll be like, ooh.
Well, if that happens, we know a good corner store in there. It's surprising that they have like convenience stores and actual shopping centers there. It's really cool.
Yeah, but question is, do they have a Five Guys burgers and fries in there?
No, but they have 2 Denny's, so you can always say, let's not go to that one, let's go to the good one.
Smart ass.
See what I have to go through every day.
I see it. I'm just still having a hard time believing it, but that's another.
Nice.
Oh my goodness. But, I will tell you, kind of segueing back on the whole thing, Pac-Man 99, Super Mario Brothers 35, Tetris 99. Well, Tetris 99, I can kind of understand it because you had ones like your Tetris attacks. Those right there, if they're done right, can be absolutely freaking amazing. But I'm trying to see what's a huge oversaturation in the market. I mean, you've got those folks who say that they literally would spend 15, 20 hours a day playing Warzone. Or say that they're going to spend all their time sitting there on Fortnite. I mean, I'll be honest, yes, I can do a battle royale game every so often, but when these people who are sitting here who say, oh, I've got my prestige on all these weapons, thinking, dude, let me link you to a better site for that, Indeed.com.
Yeah.
Oh, goodness gracious.
Well, it's as Terry said, it's the new hotness. So now every company's trying to find a way to get into that because that's what's selling right now. So, and like with the shovelware back on the Wii, you're gonna get some really cheap imitators that are just gonna put it out there, hoping to get some suckers to draw in.
And it's
yeah.
crazy too, like they're putting it in everything. Like I play a lot of racing games, and to find out that they have Battle Royale now in my racing games, I'm like, why? Why?
Well, I mean, circling back on that remark about it being the hotness, well, how long is it before it goes to the hotness to the hot mess?
I think when we get to Doki Doki Panic Battle Royale Edition, that's when we have to worry.
Yeah, I will agree with you on that for sure, Rowan.
Good times. Good times.
Indeed. Hey, so real quick, I want to kind of pick y'all's brain on this one right here because, I don't know, for those y'all who might be listening, the new Mortal Kombat movie hit both the theaters and the streaming services this past Friday. When it comes to the adaptations, what's y'all's take on it? Do you think it's a good thing? Do you think it's something they should knock off?
I will personally say I have not had a chance to see it yet. This is one I want to watch in the theaters and where you have a really good quality sound system, a huge screen to watch all the special effects details on. But I will say, oh, shut up. I will say it is nice to finally see the series get the hard R that we wanted back in 95.
Bro, for real.
Granted, I still love the 95 version because it's cheesy as hell, but it's one of those good popcorn flicks. It hit a cultural nerve where even today we're still seeing stuff like that. Like Carrie, I can always mispronounce his name. The gentleman that plays Shang Tsung has
Hiroyuki Tagawa.
Yes, thank you so much. He's repeatedly come back to reprise his role, most recently in MK11, which Shang Tsung in that one is my favorite character because it is him. And then they brought back Lambert, Ashby, and who played Sonya Blade? Forget her name. Bridget Wilson. They came back to reprise their Mortal Kombat roles as special DLC skins for MK11. So all we need is Robin Shou and the actress that played Kitana, which she retired from acting, so I doubt that would be possible. But then we can get all of them back into the single game, and that'd be awesome. And you still get a lot of people that speak fondly of the movie and then like turn their nose at Annihilation, which rightfully so, because that movie was horrible. But yeah, when I finally get the chance to go to a theater to watch it, I am looking forward to it.
No, absolutely. And, I will say that was the one thing that I was looking forward to this past Friday. Granted, yes, HBO Max was being a pain in the rear end, but I will say watching it at home, we had some Fat Bear burgers and tacos, just
Nice.
seventh heaven. And I will tell you, those of you who might be unfamiliar with the Fat Bear, they do good food. Definitely I would consider kind of your hangover food, or one where you're just drunk as a skunk and you need something to take the edge off.
So like Jack in the Box, like Jack in the Box quality food. Is that what you're saying?
No, actually, I think this is actually a little bit more.
Yeah, a little bit more of a punch to them, to be honest.
Yeah, I would say, in all honesty, it's not so much mass produced. And Terry, I will that we have a little place out here in El Paso called Chico's Tacos.
Oh yeah.
Oh my goodness! I will tell you, you want something to, I think, in all honesty, you eat Fat Bear when you're drunk, and then you eat Chico's Tacos when you're hungover. Duke, Ronan, would you guys agree with me on that?
Yeah, I totally agree.
Now, Sean, was your question how do we feel about adaptations in general, or specifically about the Mortal Kombat movie?
Oh, that's a good question.
Adaptations in general. I mean, to me, it has to be done right. I mean, it has to do a good amount of fan service, because, I mean, let's put it this way. If I throw one director's name, I'm pretty sure everybody's reaction is going to be some form of a cringe or an O for F's sake.
M. Night Shyamalan, right? Yeah.
Nope. Nope.
Michael Bay.
Uwe Boll.
There you go. Ronan hit it.
Hey, you
I
cheater.
expect my check in the mail. Thank you.
Oh my goodness. I mean, we'll tell you, to his credit, yes, he did make some attempts, but good Lord have mercy.
Attempts? You're giving him way too much credit.
Well, I didn't say they were good attempts, Ronan. I just
They
said
were not attempts at all. He got the rights to the name, and that's it. And he's even been confronted by fans and people, and he's flat out said, "I don't care." He just did what he wanted for the paycheck.
I mean, at least kudos to him for at least going through and going for, admitting that it was about the money. Kudos to him for that.
Oh, that's true. That's the most scummiest thing you can do when you're doing an adaptation. I mean, that's why the scriptwriter for Dragon Ball Evolution got so much flack, because he admitted, yeah, I didn't care about it. I just did it for the money. And has that guy written anything lately? I don't think so. I don't know his name, but I don't think so.
I would bet that he hasn't, but then again, I could be wrong. I've been wrong before. God knows more times than I care to admit.
Now, I know what y'all are talking about, but for the people at home, would you like to explain what y'all are talking about?
Okay, so Ronan, you want to take point on this one, or should I?
Okay, so Uwe Boll is a very infamous director who has repeatedly gotten the rights to several video games and made films about them, and they all suck because they don't follow any of the source material. They're very, very low budget. I mean, sci-fi produced movies look worse. I think The Asylum has better production values than Uwe Boll does. Yes, and what's surprising is a lot of his cast has they're big budget names. Like in Blood Rain, he got Sir Ben Kingsley.
Yeah.
How? Granted, he had Ben Kingsley had 30 seconds of screen time in total, maybe a minute. So it's that's all they could afford. But the fact that they got Ben Kingsley to do it, Michael Madsen was also in that one.
Well, think about it. Alone in the Dark, they got Christian Slater, but to be fair, I kind of caught him more on his the back half of his career. But that's another argument for another day.
That is true. He was in a break period between his films and his TV appearances. But yeah, he was the biggest name in that movie. And people think Paul W.S. Anderson has made bad adaptations before. At least they were entertaining and profitable. Most of Uwe Boll's are direct-to-video. So yeah, that kind of speaks for itself.
Well, I would say more direct to the dumpster, because I tried to sit through his adaptation of Far Cry. Good night.
Yeah.
Well, when it comes to adaptations of pretty much anything, I feel like it is a guilty pleasure of me, and I seem to always walk away disappointed more times than not. But I feel like I go in wanting to like it, depending on whatever it is, right? Like Transformers or hell, even Dragon Ball Evolution. When it first came out, I was really wanting to like it for obvious reasons, but then all this stuff. So I mean, I go in wanting to like them, but yeah, I pretty much just always become disappointed. So I'm very interested to see what this Mortal Kombat movie is going to be about. Like Ronan, I definitely want to go and take him on a nice dinner. So I think we'll go ahead and plan that out pretty soon. So so we'll see. I mean, I want to, like, maybe that's my fault. Maybe I give these adaptations too much high hopes. I know I should probably be more of a purist and be like, leave Lion King alone, or, you know, stuff like that. But I mean, I like to like things, right? I want to give things a chance. I want to, and look at Ghost Rider, for instance. I'm begging for an adaptation. I'm begging for someone to do it, right? And I'm begging for Nicolas Cage to stay home. So I just really would like to see something redeemed with that movie, for sure.
For me, though, when it comes to adaptation films, I never have any expectation whatsoever, because
that's a smarter way of going about it.
That's a good way to do it.
I do plan to see Mortal Kombat tonight, but like I'm not going in there but like, yeah, this is going to be great, because, you know, compared to what they had in '95, like, they don't have to shoot very high, you know. So,
right? Yeah.
I should be offended, but I know that to be true.
You know, so we'll see what happens. You know, I've been seeing a lot of mixed reactions with the fan base on the film, for those that seen it. So I'm not going in with any expectations, because for me, every video game movie, in my opinion, has been kind of subpar. You know, I feel.
Don't tell me you didn't like Pixels.
I never even saw that one. I didn't bother.
Oh my god, that's right. That was a video game movie.
But it's, you know, some video game stuff is, you know, it's so gamey that you shouldn't put it in a film.
Yeah.
But they try to, you know, do the fan service, and there's just certain things that it's just cringe when you put it in film. Don't do it. And also, I feel they should get the writers from the games to help out with the films. It might help improve it a little bit. You know, having the actual writers there.
I think
that's true, because video game writing has advanced leaps and bounds from what it was back in the 90s.
Of course.
I mean, we took games that had very minimal plot. Like, I think a lot of people agree to this day, major produced video game movie, the worst one is Mario Brothers.
Ronan, I was just about to say, dude, get out of my head. It's dark and scary. I haven't done it since God knows when.
I just came from the zone, okay? Nothing is too dark for me. But, I mean, to give that film some credit, the design of the quote-unquote Mushroom Kingdom was pretty good. I mean, it was heavily Blade Runner inspired, but it at least had personality. So that's probably one thing about the Mario Brothers movie that I liked. Everything else sucked.
Now, I will tell you, in all honesty, I remember reading some of the notes on it, and, you know, Bob Hoskins, God rest his soul, he said one of the biggest things that really got him and John Leguizamo through filming them was that they would be just drunk as skunks.
Yep. They would drink between takes. I'm like, yep. You can see it. The whole Mario scene, that was ad-libbed. That wasn't in the script. That was a drunk thing.
Yeah, it is.
Calling it now.
Well, I mean, kind of segueing back on something that you guys had brought up on one of your previous episodes, Ronan, was, you know, talking about the whole ad-lib scenario with Men in Black. I mean, you know, looking at just like, I'm not doing this goofy stuff anymore.
Yep.
I got you. Well, staying in the movie vein here for just half a second, I know, Duke, for sure, I know you had seen it. The whole thing with Zack Snyder's Justice League, am I really looking at having to earmark about 4 hours, or?
Oh yeah, definitely. And I don't know about y'all. I am a big fan of DC in general, the comics. The pile of S that Joss Whedon's Justice League was made me very angry. And I don't know if it's just because I feel like a beaten child, and then I'm just coming to somebody that just treats me well and just gives me a cup of water and asks how my day is. But after watching Zack Snyder's Justice League, I feel amazing. I feel spectacular. That movie, again, I don't know if I'm looking at it through rose-colored glasses just because of where I was coming off of, but this movie hit every single point just right. I know that I had like a ranting episode with Ronan about how they portray speedsters, right, in these movies. Just, you know, Wonder Woman 84 gave me an aneurysm, and it took me forever to freaking recover off of that. And just the polishing, man, just the polishing that Zack Snyder did on his shots, freaking phenomenal, man. They and I have a soft spot towards speedsters because the Flash is my favorite character. So seeing the major overhaul that they did with Wonder Woman, with Spider-Man, with Superman.
That'll be interesting.
that would match. I can feel
it's just fantastic, man. After seeing Wonder Woman in '84, you know, doing her speed run on where you could virtually see the cables in the air, and then coming over here and seeing the perfect amount of blur in the shots. I don't know, man. Like, I'm living on a cloud right now after watching that movie. It was phenomenal. Phenomenal.
I'm also a huge DC fan, and I'll admit that, you know, Joss Whedon's version was pretty terrible. But honestly, I don't agree with you, Duke. I found Schneider's to be just as, I don't know, I found his to be boring. I couldn't enjoy it. I'll admit that like the scenes and stuff are better than what Whedon did, but the movie still was very slow paced and boring, and it took me over 2 days to get through the whole film because I just got so bored I had to keep turning it off. So yeah, I just was not a fan of it still.
I haven't seen it.
No.
Yeah, I need to sit down and actually watch it because, I mean, I've seen little clips here and there on like what they did with Looper, but I haven't really seen, you know, all of it. I need to actually sit down. My brother-in-law's been telling me, dude, you got to sit down. You got to watch this movie. And, you know, I may actually do that once we get done recording today. I just haven't decided yet. I just know at some point dinner's going to be on the menu. I just haven't decided what yet. But right. I digress. That's another argument for another day.
Well, to Terry's point, she has a very soluble point with this movie and with any superhero movie in general, is movies are not for them, right? So Zack Snyder, even though he threw $70 million at his original child to polish it, right? It is substantially better than what Joss Whedon's was, and I think that was my point, right? It's just you're making a piece of turd look like, you know,
a polished piece of turd.
A polished piece of turd, right? But I think what we can all agree on is that superhero movies shouldn't be a thing anymore. I think we should really take a page out of, you know, Falcon and WandaVision and realize that these, with the right amount of money, right? Like with some Game of Thrones money, with some Lord of the Rings on Amazon type of money, you know, 100 million per episode, I think that would really give the writers time to really flesh out a universe. I think it'll really give the designers, the artists, a lot of time to polish the graphics, to really bring those comic book scenes to life. I think that's the type of respect that these comic books deserve right now in this time in our technology right now. And yeah, to your point, I think you're right. I think 4 hours isn't even long enough to tell that story, because look at you know, Batman Arkham Asylum, right? How long is that entire story? It's over 8 hours, right? It would be such a shame to try to fit that even into 4 hours. So yeah, I definitely agree to your point, Terry.
And I think it goes back again to DC getting onto the bandwagon way too late and trying to play catch up.
Oh yeah,
Marvel. And
you can
Marvel
tell.
came
Absolutely.
out. Yeah, Marvel has monopolized the superhero movie for the last 12 years, and DC. That was during the time DC did their Dark Knight trilogy, and it was great. But then you had this, you know, multi-film series that told an overarching story of 23 films that had never been done before, and DC was waiting to see how it went. When they finally decided to get onto it,
yeah,
it was way too late. and instead of taking the time to build each character up, like Man of Steel, as divisive as that film was a pretty good start, and then to jump right into Batman versus Superman without really touching on Batman, like if that intro to the movie where Wayne is running through Metropolis as Superman is fighting Zod would have been a great point to just make a Batman movie. That's where you find out who Batman is.
That's what I wanted, man. Yeah.
Yes, he spends the entire film learning about Superman, and it ends with him leading into Batman versus Superman.
Yeah.
And then from there, they could have built on all the other characters. But no, they wanted to do that and then jump into Justice League. And then you had the whole production issues with Justice League after Snyder being let go, Whedon being brought in, and here we are today. Yeah, they just...
I think the movies up to this point have been little nods, like little nuggets to the people that read the comics. Because, I mean, even in Iron Man 1, right, there was Easter eggs of the 10 rings, right? And so if you've read the comics, you know, oh my God, are we going to see the Mandarin soon? Oh, you know, like you got excited when you saw that all the way back to 2008. And I think that's been the case, in all of the movies, right? Like you see some of the stuff that you wouldn't know unless you've read the comics. So I definitely think that we should flesh it out a lot more. There's still so much more that we can really get into.
Yeah.
Given
Another big issue when it comes to the films is I feel that they need to stop doing origin stories because they're done with that.
Yeah.
Yes.
No more. Okay, I don't care if their excuse is they want to bring in new fans. You can go and ask a 5-year-old child who Superman is,
right.
and I guarantee that 5-year-old knows who Superman is. You don't need an origin story. Okay, these characters are so huge. You don't need origin stories anymore.
Yeah.
And the focusing on side characters, that they keep trying to do these spin-offs with these side characters, that, you know, and I'm like, no one cares about those characters. Stop it.
Yeah.
So I don't know. For me, that kind of like they're over milking it. They're trying too hard. You know, at least when it comes to DC, the animated movies are so well done.
Totally.
And then you get to the like your feature, like live action stuff, and they don't know what to do.
Because it's like pulling teeth to get an R rating with live action. It's like Deadpool did it just because of Ryan Reynolds. There you go. That's your one and done. But I mean, try getting an R rating with anything else, and it sucks because most comics deserve that R rating. Golly, just from the storyline alone.
Yeah, Logan was a prime example of another one that was really good in R.
I think when you give that type of freedom to the writers, you can get so much more out of it.
Which makes you wonder, because now they have the new Blade, I believe, is coming, and that's not going to be R. So like, how are you going to have Blade not be R?
Yeah, like the original Blade was awesome. The first one that came out in 99, 2000. That one was dope.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
And a lot of it was because it was R. They can get really creative with the vampire kills and everything. But now we live in a time where, I mean, it speaks more now than it did then because it was the same thing then. But it's all about profits and ticket sales. And rated R films are still seen as the death knell for ticket sales, because families aren't going to want to take their kids to see something that's rated R because it's inappropriate for them, and rightfully they shouldn't. They should pre-screen and judge from themselves before they take it in there. That's why it's hilarious when you hear a lot of the backlash when the first Deadpool came out of parents taking their kids to see Deadpool, and within the first 10 minutes there's a sex montage.
Well, dude, my 16-year-old brother at the time couldn't get in, and he was so pissed, man. He was like, "Oh my God, are they really doing this to me?" And it's like, "Hey, what can I say, man?"
Yeah, that's why a lot of movies shot for PG-13, because you can get away with a lot more. One of the films that was notorious for that brought up a lot of controversy, was the first Hunger Games movie. PG-13, but extremely violent. More violent than a rated R movie could have been, because it was all implied.
I do think that this issue has already solved itself, though. I think with HBO Max doing so well as it's doing, and not afraid to be just putting that hard R stuff right in there. And even with Disney Plus, I heard that they're gonna, if not, I haven't looked into it too much, but I hear that they even have like their own rated R section for their R-rated, Disney stuff, like for Marvel and stuff like that.
Really? I gotta check that out.
I heard that they're going to be bringing something into there for their affiliated companies as well. I think that's going to be very smart. I think that's going to be something that's going to have to be a necessity as well. That way they can have those families that want to see Ghost Rider, Deadpool 3, 4, I don't know how many there are.
Give that man as much as he needs.
Yeah.
Give Ryan as many movies as he wants.
I also feel, though, that these movies could be better if they didn't try to distract the audience so much with special effects. They try to use special effects and CGI to take us away from the fact that they have terrible writing and a lot of plot holes. So we'll start to see all this bad stuff happening in the story. Then they'll do something really, really flashy with the special effects. And then everyone's like, ooh, ah. And then they forget all about the terrible writing that just happened. And like, oh, that action scene was so amazing. That's all they want to talk about is that scene. And then all that is they're just redirecting your attention away from the fact that they don't know how to write a story.
They hit the jingle keys. That's all it is. Jingle keys.
They flash in the pan.
Yeah.
It's like imagine like a parent trying to have a serious, conversation with their child, right? But they're getting to they don't know how to, I'd say that they're trying to have the sex talk with their kid. And every now and then they're like, we're just going to shoot some fireworks off to distract the child for a second. Then we'll get back to the hard part, because that's pretty much how I view these movies, is that they can't get the story out. So they just keep throwing a lot of, flash and glam everywhere to, try to, get us to forget that they're failing.
And I think that's with any and every movie, honestly. I think that's a very, very toxic and malignant cancer in every studio company. I mean, I don't know if you guys know the story of Nightmare Before Christmas, where that movie was supposed to be like half as long with like $18 million cut, and the way that they tricked the company into shooting it for full price was they showed the entirety of the movie with storyboard and everything, and they're like, oh yeah, we really like that story. And then they hit him with, okay, well, this is going to be an extra $20 million, and they're like, oh well, heck no. And then they're like, okay, well, this scene is going to be cut. Are you okay with that? And of course the studio was like, well, no, we want the full thing. And that's it, man. I think that's what it is. I think these studios obviously don't want to spend an extra 30, 40, $50 million. But think about it. If you were to give that $50 million more to the story writers, that stuff will definitely come through. I definitely think so. But to Terry's point, it's all going to the CGI.
Mm-hmm.
Very true.
That again is another topic we can talk about, is the overuse of CGI and the loss of practical effects.
If they moved away from the CGI, then they would be able to have that budget to give to the writers, because CGI just eats that up so quick.
You really want to see an old Samuel L. Jackson in his movies?
Hell yeah!
Look back. Okay, look back at like Jurassic Park, like the original.
Oh yeah.
Even if you go back and watch that movie today, it still is just mind-blowing how great the animatronics are in that film for its time period. And it just shows how lazy they've gotten, where now they just want to slap everything with CGI instead of actually, putting in the stuff. So
that's what blew people's minds about Fury Road, is that whole movie was pretty much practical effects. Very few of it used CGI. But that was more of a visual spectacle, as the movie was basically a retelling of Road Warrior.
Yeah. The most CGI that was on there was just the freaking filter.
That, and I think some of the dust clouds.
Yeah, you think?
I think so. The infamous "What a Lovely Day" scene. I think the dust clouds were mostly CGI. I have to go back and check.
Either that or the entire cast ate Taco Bell that afternoon.
Oh my god!
Oh Lord!
Not everyone is you, Danny. Okay.
Jesus, come on, no, not in front of my friends.
Oh goodness! I was going to say, so I think that might have been what ripped open the hole to the Phantom Zone.
You know what? He was bending over when it happened.
Hello.
Jesus Christ. Alrighty. Okay.
Boy,
Next topic.
all right. All right. So before we go get ourselves in trouble here, so
We haven't already?
We lost our sponsorship with Mountain Dew.
Mountain Dew's bad for you.
we hit the demonetization moment a while back, but I digress.
Well, I'm sorry if you were thinking this was going to get monetized. I am so sorry you thought you were going to make money on this episode.
Oh man! All right, so real quick, I wanted to go ahead and kind of test something out with y'all. See how you like this. See if maybe we can roll something awesome on this. Little segment I was thinking up on here, kind of basically quick questions, quick answers as best you can. Something I'm calling rapid fire.
Okay.
All right.
So here's what I'm going to do. That is, if I can get my stopwatch to work properly. Okay, so basically, here's what's going to happen. I'm going to give you 60 seconds. I'm going to just pepper you with questions. You just give me the quickest answer you possibly can.
Okay.
So that being said, do we want everybody in on this one, or do we just want to go one by one? I'll let y'all vote on that.
I'm game for anything.
Let's do one by one.
Okay. All right. Let's see here. Where the heck did I put my questions? All right. Let's see here. Hold on.
Check under.
Goodness. Sonia Henry's tutu. There they are. All right. So, all right. Question as Abbott and Costello would say, who's on first?
I don't know. What are we talking about?
I vote Terry Jones.
All right. Terry, you want first crack at it?
Sure.
All right. So here we go. Got my timer ready. All right. Let's rock and roll. All right. Come on, system. Quit misbehaving on me. You swear you think this is a big budget operation. All right. So here we go. Time for a quick round of rapid fire. All right. So Terry, you ready?
I'm ready.
All right. Coffee or tea?
Neither.
First arcade cabinet you remember playing?
The who?
First arcade cabinet you remember playing?
Oh, Centipede.
Ooh.
All right. Go-to breakfast item?
Cereal.
Last game you remember just absolutely fuming about?
Cyberpunk.
Next big console you want to purchase?
Don't have one. I have the newest one.
Oh, nice.
Show off.
Last thing you do before you go to bed?
Put my phone away.
All right. Favorite movie?
The Goonies.
Ooh.
All right, there you go. Good choice. All right. So for a first run of rapid fire, I was like, all right, come on now. Why is my stopwatch not one? Good Lord. All right. So, as the old saying goes, excellent work on that one. Sean, in your case, that went over like a fart in church.
Oh my God. Yo, that reminds me of when I went to church on Christmas, right? And I sat behind this really large fella, okay? Like, I just say that so that you guys can get a picture. And I go to a Catholic church, and so we have to like stand up and kneel like it's yoga class. And so we had to kneel this one time. And so, y'all, not only did the pew like crack when you kneel, but I think this shift caused a fart to release at that moment. And I just got the biggest giggles of my life because I'm like, yo, it's starting to smell in this joint. And so I just had to excuse myself. I'm like, you know what, family? I'm way too immature for this. I got to go to the bathroom and laugh this out. And because this is too much. I don't want to embarrass the dude by laughing right behind him.
No, all right.
No, just embarrass him by being the only one that gets up and leaves.
Right? Everyone's like, oh, must be that fella over there. He's all red. Must be him.
All right, now that you brought that up, you got me thinking. So, back when the wee lad, I was about 2 feet shorter, weighed about 200 pounds less, I still had a full head of hair. We used to go to mass at 6:30 in the morning on Sunday. Back when I was that age, I didn't even know that 6:30 in the morning existed. But I digress. Well, we're going through, like you, Duke. We're at a Catholic church. We're waiting, reflecting on the homily that the priest just gave. All of a sudden, just out of the blue, you just hear, "Brom." And of course, we are all just trying our best not to laugh. I mean, my folks, I can see my dad chuckling a little bit. My mom's just giving us all the dagger stare, which is like, if you laugh, there's going to be trouble. Well, pretty much, as soon as we all get done with mass, we're out there waiting for everybody to get together. We all bust out laughing. The priest is just giving us that, look, and of course, we're all just laughing our butts off, thinking this is the funniest thing. We still think about that to this day. All right, let's see.
Let this be a lesson to everybody that bodily functions are still hilarious no matter what age you are.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
Gotcha. All right, so Duke, who's up next?
Rock, paper, scissors, Danny?
All right, ready? Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
Scissors, shoot.
I win.
Okay.
All right, so, ready?
Yes.
All right, let's do it. All right, best concert you ever went to?
Video Games Live.
Nice. Name one game you went to a midnight launch for.
Oh, jeez. StarCraft 2. Don't make fun of me.
Hey,
too late.
No complaints. Damn it, I just had it on the forefront of my mind. Biggest enemy in gaming.
Biggest enemy in gaming.
Like, what's the one that just makes you scream and shout and cuss and all that?
Pass. I don't have one.
All right. Video game boss that just annoyed the hell out of you.
Referring back to the
Shocker. Yeah, I guess, right? I guess Shocker,
sure.
Spider-Man 2 for the PlayStation 2.
All right. Not too bad. I think might have hit us with a hard one on that one, but that's okay because this is a segment that's still in fine-tuning stages. All right, let's see here. All right, we said, Ronan, it's on you, brother. You want to bring us home?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, here we go. Oh, that is if my timer would start. All right, go-to beverage while you're gaming.
Dr. Pepper.
Best game you ever purchased?
Mystical Ninja on 64.
First thing you do in the morning when you get up?
Lay in bed for 15 minutes.
All right. What's your take on headsets? Should everybody have one or no?
Depends.
All right. What's one piece of video game memorabilia that you own?
Cells from the original Dragon's Lair.
Nice. Sega or Nintendo?
Nintendo.
And then last but never ever least, what would you say is the funniest one-liner you've ever seen in a game?
Funniest one-liner in a game? Going back to Mystical Ninja, wasn't a line, it was actually canned laughter.
Hey, there you go. There we go. Damn it. Come on now. All right.
For the listeners, we want to let you know that beeping will eventually be replaced with an explosion if the person answering the question does not finish in time.
Either that or it's going to be replaced with more...
Yeah, are you still workshopping that one too? I don't know.
Actually, no. I was thinking more along the lines we just throw out some more bodily function noises.
That might be better for the views. Yeah.
All right. Saying not too shabby. If nothing else, it tells me, hey, need to have the questions ready beforehand. But that's okay. I don't know if y'all want to put me under the gun. It's entirely up to y'all.
I don't have any questions prepared.
I have a few.
Duke, there.
All right, Duke's got a few.
All right, should I set us up with a 1 minute timer?
No, I'm not ready.
All right, well, in that case, hit me with your best shot.
Yeah, let's see. Did you always used to have like every console when you were younger?
No.
What console did you grow up with?
Primarily, we grew up with the Nintendo for the most part. We did have the original PS1, but it wasn't until after I got out of high school and started working that's when I started diving into like the N64, the PS2, and then, you know, of course, as I progressed in my adulthood and my career as a gamer, that's when I started getting into PS3s, PS4s, the Switch, the Xbox.
Started making your own moolah, huh? When you started getting some cash money, eh?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Favorite Mario game?
I'm probably gonna have to say, well, are we counting just the main Mario games, or are we counting the offshoots?
Yes. The offshoots as well.
I'm gonna have to say Mario Golf Toadstool Tour for the GameCube.
Nice.
I enjoyed that one very much. So yes. Favorite soft drink?
Had to be Dr. Pepper.
Yes.
How do you feel about Dr. Pepper Zero?
You know what? I've tried it and it's not bad. I think you said it best, is Dr. Pepper without the guilt.
Yes, sir. How do you feel about Mario and Sonic at the Olympics?
You know, I will tell you that I used that as a workout routine, and before I knew it, my arms were hurting. I couldn't even move them after the first couple of days.
Right? I find them pretty enjoyable. What is your favorite Mario Party game?
Are we talking the mini games or just the games in general?
Oh, like the games like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
I would say we had the most fun with Mario Party 4.
Really? Dude, nice. I can dig it. That concludes my questions for Mr. Sean.
Gotcha.
The defense rests.
All right, well, I'm going to kind of parlay off of this one here for one of the ones I asked Ronan. Do y'all have a one-liner from any game that just sticks out to you, you know, just has you cracking up every time you see it, or one that just resonates with you, that sticks in your head?
Spider-Man 2 from... God, I can't believe I have to like distinct what Spider-Man 2 this is. Spider-Man 2 from, you know, GameCube, PS2 days, when Peter Parker is fighting the Rhino, he says, "Is that a horn on your head, or you just happy to see me?"
Oh my god!
Yo, what the heck is the guy's talking about, bro? What the heck?
Hello, I'll take double on top for 300, Alex.
Good night, everybody.
What about you, Perry? Is there one-liner that just sticks out to you?
I honestly can't really think of anything.
I got you. Well, I'll throw my entry in there, and believe it or not, you know, before y'all go throw the tomatoes at me, I will admit, yes, this is a mobile game. You know, let me at least put my shield up before y'all start throwing produce at me.
Insert Patrick going.
No, but the one that sticks out to me was for Final Fantasy Brave Exvius. The two characters are talking, and one looks over at the other and says, "Why is it every time you open your mouth, I feel like punching somebody in the face?"
That's a good one.
You know, so what do you think? Does that at least get me a pass on the trip to the salad bar?
For now.
You still eat your greens.
Yeah, you still need to eat your greens. Have a celery stick.
Well, all right. Put it to you this way. Let me rephrase that. Does that at least pass on me getting beamed in the head with a head of lettuce?
Yes, sir.
That was going to happen anyway.
Dang.
Oh, gee, thanks. Appreciate you, buddy.
Hey, I'm nothing if not consistent.
This is true.
This is the first time I've ever brought lettuce to a speech, so yeah.
Yeah. Hey, you know, you learn something new every day. So, well, but let's see. What other kinds of shenanigans can we all get into here? So, I think I've about run all the cards out of the deck here on my end. Terry, you got anything you want to add or anything you want to offshoot about?
No, I think pretty good.
All right, Duke, Ronan, you guys got everything? Anything on there? Bueller?
Nah, I just gotta check my email after being in the Phantom Zone for so long.
Well, I was going to say, you got a few of those questionable subscriptions in there, sir.
Well, I mean, I've got almost 7,000 unread email. I gotta really filter that out.
Tell you, dude, unenrolled. Yeah.
Mostly spam.
Well, apparently my house has been foreclosed on.
Yeesh. Okay.
So, Danny, I'm staying with you for the weekend.
Hey, no.
And Duke, what about you, bud? You got anything additional you want to wax poetic on, or?
When we die, do our fingernails keep growing?
You know what? Actually, I think what that is because I just saw an infographics video about that. It's basically like the skin starts coming back, so that's why they think, hey, the hair and the fingernails keep growing. Luckily for me, I only have to worry about the fingernails portion because I'm about as bald as the day is long.
Jeez, what a nerd. No, just kidding.
Put it when you need something to watch while you're sitting there eating lunch.
No, just an inside joke for NerdNOut. We like to get all geeky with all
exactly.
Not just
it's
video
nothing
games.
else.
If you remember,
Nerd
is the N-word we're trying to take back.
Oh my god.
Good lord.
Good night, everybody.
Rhoda, how long have you been to use that one, buddy?
Dude, he's been sitting on that like a mother hen, bro.
Jeez.
All right. Well, I think the temperature in the room is a hint that we are coming to a close here on this fantastic episode.
I think so. So before I go any further, I do want to take a moment, not only to let y'all plug your channels, but more so to give y'all, to say thank you to y'all for going through and making this an absolute blast. I will tell you that, I love working with my fellow content creators, just because one, I get the chance to see how the other half lives, but more so than that, something to also help me refine my comedy chops a little bit. Because if nothing else, this is what it's all about. Just a chance to kind of break away from all the bad news and all the rigmarole that you see on there, just a chance to talk with good friends and, have a few laughs, talk about things we enjoy. And if nothing else, be able to look and say, what the hell is wrong with that guy?
Hey,
well, according to my doctor, a lot.
Yeah, put it this way, buddy. We don't have enough hours in the day, and I don't think we have enough time on that recording to do so. But that being said, I'm
running out of tape on this recorder.
Exactly. Well, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to open up the floor so y'all can plug your channels. Terry, you want to go first?
Sure. You can go ahead and check out my show, Just a Glimpse. You can find it on Spotify, Anchor, Apple, or Google Podcasts. You can also catch me as Cool Cat Terry on Twitter or Twitch. You can catch me there pretty much every single day. So it's always something happening.
Indeed. And I will tell you, if y'all haven't had a chance to listen to her podcast is freaking amazing. What about Duke and Ronan? You guys have the floor.
You can catch us NerdNOut podcast on Spotify or any of the major places you can download your podcasts, iTunes, Google Podcasts, and check out our YouTube channel as well, NerdNOut podcast on YouTube. We have some gaming videos up there that we'll eventually put up more.
Yes, couldn't have said it better yourself.
Well, I mean, you could try, but I don't know if we'd be covering the same ground. But I digress.
Right on.
I will tell y'all, again, thank you for taking time to sit and record with me. I do hope that we get a chance to make more episodes like this, just having a few laughs, waxing poetic. And I swear next time we do rapid fire, I will be a lot better prepared.
I will make sure that does not happen.
Well, if nothing else, you can always go through, instead of the beeping, you'll just have somebody going through just playing the bodily functions. You hear, wow.
There we go.
Like, who said
the right button?
No, it was really a blast to record with you guys, Terry.
Yeah, it's always
awesome.
fun to do
Sean,
these crossovers.
Always a pleasure. Ronan,
Yes,
nice to meet you. You seem like a pretty cool guy.
Finally get to shake your hand after.
Oh,
How long
not that
have
one.
you
You
been
don't
now?
know where it's been.
Hello. All right. So that being said, I want to go through.
Are you someone who is into podcasts? Perhaps you want to have a really cool library where you can find some great podcasts to listen to on your commute to work. Or maybe you're looking to create one yourself. Well, let me tell you about Anchor. It's the easiest way to make a podcast, all right? It's free. It has creation tools that allow you to record and edit your podcast right from your phone or your PC. Anchor will also distribute your podcast for you. Complete ease, hassle-free. So that way you can be heard on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, as well as many more outlets. You can also make money from your podcast with no minimum listenership. Okay, folks? Everything you need to make a podcast in one place. It's fantastic. All right? And if you want to get started right now, all you got to do is download the free Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started.